Alright, so Straight Outta Compton is the new musical drama biopic. And it's about the NWA, the rise and the fall of the NWA, I should say. And it is pretty freaking good. Um, so Straight Outta Compton, as it says, the story of the NWA, and it mainly focuses on the three main members of that group: Ice Cube, Dr. Dre, and Eazy-E. And Ice Cube has his son playing himself, which that's just weird. Does anyone else find that really weird? You have to play your dad in a movie. Like, that's just weird. That's a side note, though. Yeah, and this movie is basically about what they went through to become actual artists, and if you don't know, their music basically expressed everything that was wrong with society, basically, in like Compton in that area, and the late 80s, early 90s, and all the problems they have with police and society in general, really. And they sing about it, and it's about that, and it's also about them coming into their own as musicians, which I really like that factor of the movie. It's pretty energetic for the first half, and it's a really fun movie. I mean, it's well performed by everyone. Ice Cube's son did pretty good. The people who put, I don't know their names, the guys who played Dr. Dre and Eazy-E were both really good in their roles. And on top of that, Paul Giamatti was really good as their band director, I guess you can call him. And this movie really does capture the time period very well. The time period of the, like, as I said, very late 80s and early 90s. It captures it perfectly with its costume designs, set designs. It's all great. Cinematography is fantastic. It makes you feel like you're actually in this time period. And as a person who didn't grow up in the late 80s, early 90s, I say it looks pretty solid. So, props to them for that. And Gary Gray, I think is his name, yeah, the director. It's competently directed. He directs it pretty freaking well. There's some great shots in this movie. I mean, I usually don't talk about the camera work, but camera work is great. There's some great artistic choices in the movie, and I really like that. And it's pretty accurate for the most part. I mean, there are things that they did skip over, and I understand why, because Ice Cube and Dr. Dre produced this movie. And yeah, there's these things, like, if you don't know the actual story, I'm not going to tell you what some of the events, but they kind of skip over some of the events that would have made them look bad. So that's one of my faults with this movie, but it's still a great movie. It's a really freaking fun movie with some great emotional pull, and when it does try to get serious, it works perfectly. I love that factor of the movie, and the soundtrack is fantastic. It is a blast for the first half, and it's still great in the final 30 minutes, but I do have problems with this movie. As I said, the last 30 minutes aren't as good as the first, like, this movie's 2.5 hours, so for the first 2 hours of the movie, and that's not too big of a problem. It's still pretty good. I mean, I think it's pretty good, but it just kind of slows down. The pacing gets a bit uneven at times, and as I said, they kind of gloss over or entirely skip some things that happened that kind of would have made them bad. So I understand those choices. So yeah, overall, Straight Outta Compton is a great biopic. I highly recommend you see it. This is the movie to see this weekend, and I'm going to give Straight Outta Compton a B+. It's a really solid biopic. I'd highly recommend you check it out this weekend, or anytime really. It's just a really fun movie, and it's a great history lesson as well. So yeah, rap, live on, and stuff. I'm white, so that's rock and roll. I'm white, so it's saying that I really like this movie is something. So that is my review of Straight Outta Compton. My review for The Man from U.N.C.L.E. should be up sometime this weekend. If I do review it, I don't know. Next week, Sinister 2, American Ultra, and Hitman Agent 47. So that is my review of Straight Outta Compton. So peace.